Hi, this is Kate from Kate Foreman Yoga, and today I'm going to teach you a way that will help you step your foot between your hands coming from downward facing dog. This is one of the hardest things for people in a yoga class to do. It seems like it should be easy, but it's really not. So if you struggle with this, you're not alone. I struggle with it as well. Before we get into how I think you can step your foot between your hands and make it easier, I just wanna go over why this might be hard for you. It really has to do with body proportion. It doesn't really have to do with anything that you can change. Sure, some of it is practice. That's certainly part of it. The first time you do it is gonna be very different than the 100th time that you do it. But if you have short arms and a long torso, it's gonna be harder for you to have the space to get your foot forwards and have room to not hit your body and then step your foot between your hands, right? So if you were to have long arms and a short torso, or just long arms in general, you're lifted off the ground more. So there's more room for you to get your leg between your hands. If you're closer to the ground because you have shorter arms, you don't have as much room to step your foot forward. So it might be a little bit out of your control. I do have another video, I'll tag it up here, with some tips and tricks on how to step your foot forward. But if none of those are working for you and it's really just driving you nuts, one thing you can do is use yoga blocks. I love how this feels. It also helps you feel down dog shift you into your legs a little bit more instead of it feeling like it's all in your arms or like you're holding a plank. Sometimes if you're new to yoga, it can feel like you're holding a plank. So using yoga blocks under your hands is gonna create more space because it extends your arms, makes them longer. And it's also gonna help you bring the weight into your legs, which should make down dog feel better too. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna take your yoga blocks. I like to put them on the medium. You can put them on the lowest. I would not put them on the highest. This is a little bit too unsteady. So I would not go any higher than this medium height. You're gonna hold your yoga blocks in both hands, tuck your toes under, and then lift your hips up and back. And you're just gonna hang out in your down dog. And then when you go to lift your leg and step your foot forwards, you have space because you're so lifted off the ground to get that forwards. Now for comparison, if I were to move those yoga blocks away, when I lift my leg, I have to lift one hand to get that foot forwards. Otherwise it lands about here. And that just has to do with what I said, shorter arms, longer torso, not enough space. The only thing I'll say about using yoga blocks is that when it comes time to do a chaturanga or to lower yourself to the floor, I do want you to move them off to the sides and bring your hands to the ground. Plank pose is fine. Once you start to bend those elbows, if you're going all the way to the ground, from here, once you get to the floor, your shoulder is gonna be underneath your wrist, which is gonna be a really bad position for your shoulder joint. So you don't really want, it's called a deficit. So you don't really want that deficit of the shoulder joint, meaning that it's lower than the wrist here. So I would just slide them out to the sides, and then lower yourself to the floor. All right, I hope this helps. If you have any questions, leave me some comments in the comment section below. If this was helpful, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. And if you want more yoga videos and full-length classes, I do have a full online yoga studio on my website. It's kateforemanyoga.com. I'll leave the link right here, and I'll also put it in the description below so you can check it out. You can get a week for free. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.